Alrighty. It's been a while. DigimonTCG. I've had a lot going on. Since the last video, I've lost my mom in September, and then I lost my job back in February, and I've been kind of fumbling around trying to find another job, in the meantime, while doing, just the DoorDash and stuff like that. But now that I have time, plenty of time to take care of a couple of YouTube things, I'm back with some deck profiles and some discussion. So what I have for you today is a Galaxy Dragon Link Toolbox type deck, using the well-known Galaxy engine that has been floating around, the past couple of months. So this is my rendition of it, using one of my favorite archetypes, at least the top end, the Dragon Links, like Volcanic Dragon, Volcanic Dramon, and Heavy Metallic Dramon, I'm sorry. Because I love those cards. I love the stun aspects they have of it, the control. So this is kind of just using the Galaxy engine on that. Starting off real easily, we just play the 4 Sunmons. Sunmon is kind of the one you want, mainly because the inheritable won't affect places the top card of the Digimon. And as Digi-Evolution cards, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand, the reduced cost of 1. It doesn't have to be a Light Fang or Nightclaw to digivolve in, but we do have that as the low end anyway. But yeah, we want free or cheaper Digi-Evolutions once we do which we do that a lot. We put the top card of the stack underneath it as a source, do different effects. Y'all pretty much know what the Galaxy engine does by this point, but I will kind of explain a little bit for those who don't know. But we do play the 4 Sunmons as the baby. We don't play a 5th baby because typically this is the one we want to see. You could play a Moonmon as the 5th baby, but it doesn't really... I mean, could it work? Sure, but this is really the one you want to see. Regardless, you kind of don't want to just get locked with the Moonmon and be like, okay, well, I was kind of hoping for, a cheaper Digi-Evolution. But anyway, so we play 4 of the Coronamon. Coronamon says, start of main, if you have a Tamer, gain a memory. If you have a Tamer with Light Claw, Light Fang, or Nightclaw, you get gain a memory. It does digivolve on a Sunmon or a Moonmon for free. It does have the main going to this. You placing the top card as this Digimon with a Light Fang or Nightclaw. As this Digimon's bottom Digi-Evolution card, you may gain 2 memories. So basically what you do is you'll have your, let's say this is a level 4. So we'll use this Coronamon, put the level 4, let's do this. So this is a level 4. We'll use the main, putting the level 4 underneath the baby. We'll gain the 2, and then now we get to use the Sunmon to evolve it to a level 4 for a reduced cost of 1 while gaining the 2 memory with the Coronamon effect. So it really gives you a lot of... So if they choke you at like 1 or something, you can kind of come back from that with free memory and cheap evos. So that's really, really important. The next baby we play is 4 of the Lunamon. This is our Nightclaw rookie. Starting your main by returning one of your Digimon, gain 2 memory. So we'll usually do this, especially with like lower level Digimon, just to kind of get the 2 memory if we need. And it also has the same inheritable as Corona by placing the top card with Nightclaw or Light Fang under this Digimon's Digi-Evolution as the bottom card, gain 2 memory. So same thing as this. You place the top card at the bottom, you gain 2 memory, and so that again, that helps you if they're trying to choke you out 1. You kind of do that, get some free memory to kind of play with. Then our last 2 rookies, we just play just two of the Ukomon. That costs 1 to digivolve, but when you move it out from the breeding area, you can look at the top 3 cards. You add a Digimon, Yeah, Digimon or a tamer. Return the rest to the bottom, and then you may hatch in your breeding area. So this kind of helps us get things out a little faster. We don't play the 0 cost, the one that's at 1. You very well could. It wouldn't hurt anything, but this deck does search a lot, but we just want more search, because sometimes we need to see things, and we need to see things pretty early, so we kind of just, especially our tamers. Our tamers are really important in this deck. I'll get there. I'll explain why when I get there in a little bit. We play 4 Firemon. Firemon Digivolves for 2 on a Light Fang, Nightclaw. On play when Digivolving, we're to the top 3. Add a Light Fang or Nightclaw. Add 1 card with Light Fang trait and 1 card with Nightclaw trait among them, or Galaxy among them. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. So basically searches 85% of our deck. The only thing it doesn't search is our level 6s and our 6s and 7s. That's it. It pretty much and the Ukos. It doesn't search for the Ukos or one of our level 5s. 2 of our level 5s. Searches 85% of the rest of the deck. And then as an inheritable on our turn, it gets 2 memory. I mean 2K. And then Lekismon does the same thing on play when Digivolving. Top 3, grab a Light Fang and a Nightclaw card or Galaxy. For the rest of the bottom of the deck, the exception is this is on opponent's turn we get 2K instead of our turn. And then our last, we play 4 of the Gagomon. Jamming is really cool. And then Digivolving, both players draw 1 card and from their decks, and then if your opponent has 8 or more cards, or this has 3 or more Digi-Evolution cards, gain 1 memory. So, for example, just to kind of give you a hint, let's just kind of get a mock play going. Okay, so we have this. Let's say we'll Digivolve for 2. Yeah, we'll Digivolve for 2. We'll draw a card for the Digivolve, and we'll draw a card for the Evo, as well as your opponent will. And then if they have 8 or more cards, you may gain, or if this has 3 or more sources, you may gain a memory. So what we can do is we will use Chronomon's effect to put this underneath it. We will gain 2 memory for that effect, and then we get to Digivolve for 1 less, because Sunmon on top of the most recent level. So since we're going here, we're at level 3 again. So by placing the bottom card, we'll get to go here for 1, draw, and then look at the top 3. And then now we kind of have, we have this is swing for jamming, because we have jamming now. Is a neat little play. It's not what you're necessarily trying to do, but it is a neat little play to do if you want. Jamming is really cool to have. Basically draw 2, because you draw for Evo, then you draw for the effect. And then a lot of times, if they have 8 or more memory, or you have 3 or more Digi-Evolution cards, which is really easy to get, you'll gain a memory. So that is it for our level 4s. Level 5s is where we kind of break off. We do have 4 of the Flaremons, though. Flaremon gets to evolve for 3, or when it would be played or Digivolved into if you have a Digimon with 3 or more Digi-Evolution cards, and Light Fang, Nightclaw, or a Galaxy trait, reduce the play or Digi-Evolution cost by 2. So if you have a stack, let's see, so it has to have 3 sources. Yeah, 3 sources. Okay, so we'll go your basic line. So it has to have the 3 sources when you do it. So let's say, going back to this play, so we did the thing, we go here, we gain the 2, we evolve here for 1, and then now we can evo into this for a reduced cost of 2, or when we play it, it'll be reduced cost of 2 for the play cost. So we can either play it for 5, or we can Digivolve it for 1, basically. But you have to have 3 sources under the target that you are Digivolving into. So for example, if we didn't have the Galamon and we do like this, I mean, yes, now it has 3 sources, but it checks the 3 source. It checks for 3 sources when you're declaring to play it or digivolve it. So right now, if we want to do it, we wouldn't get the reduction because it only has 2 sources. Now, if we had did like we did our mock play earlier, and we have this right here. This is the top card. It has 3 sources. This checks that it does have 3 sources. So this will be for a cost of 1, or this will be for a cost of 5, basically. Just to kind of explain that. So we have the 4 Flaremons. Then we have 3 of the Garudamons. I would play 4, but the price jumped right when right after I bought them. So they went from like 6 a piece to like 12 a piece. I don't know how much they are now. I might get a 4th one. I don't know. But this says on play when digivolving, you may play a level 4, a play cost 4 lower red tamer from your hand without paying its cost. And then all turns, when one of your tamers is played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. So the play with this is, let's see, without kind of giving away our level 6s, I'm just gonna make a point here. So let's do this. So we play, we do our tamer. Well, actually, I'll show you, because I gotta show you the rest of the deck first before I really could show y'all the play. That is why we really want 4 of this, but we have 3. So our other level 5 is we run 2 of the Cressimon. It also has the same effect if it would be played or digivolved into. If the Digimon has 3 or more sources, reduce the cost by 2. But on play when digivolving, it has one of their Digimon can't suspend. While as this one, I don't know if I covered, on play when digivolving, it deletes a Digimon with 5k or less. So yeah, I don't think I said that. So on play digivolving, deletes an opponent's Digimon with 5k or less. This one is one of their Digimon can't suspend to the end of the turn. And then lastly, we do play 1 Kyramon. Because we have multiple level 4s, you know, we could just do, minus something. We could minus up to 4 things by 2k if they have small dudes. If not, this would probably be the 4th Garuda when I got one. But, you know, Kyramon for a free swing. A lot of times, you know, if we do, let's see. You know, doing like this is cool because now it's got jamming. You know, just kind of stuff like that. It can do some cool plays with Kyramon. But this would be the 4th Garudamon if I had one. So that's it for the level 5s. Now go to our level 6s. So our level 6s, I do play 1 Mirage Galga because it is at 1. That's one of the reasons we have the 2 Ceresmons, whatever they're called. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Cressimon. And then the Chimera can be a blue Digimon too with the sources, because it becomes whatever color the sources are. So that gives us our copy to be able to play on our level 5s with this. This is a crazy card. It went to 1 for a reason. When digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the hand. If no Digimon was returned by this effect, your opponent adds the top card of their security to their hand. And then all turns, when an effect adds a card to your opponent's hand, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in their hand. So that does carry over to their turn too. So if they want to play like an offense training or a memory boost or any effect that draws outside of digivolving or draws for turn, that effect will happen. We'll gain the gain a memory for every 4 cards in their hand. Sometimes can pass turn. So that's just a really good card. That's why we have it at 1, because it is at 1. Then we play 2 Dinomons. Dinomon's really cool. It's a security attack +1 with Fortitude. On play when digivolving, you may suspend a Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP. So that helps us with a little bit of removal as well. Security attack +1, making big hits. And then opponent's turn, when this Digimon is suspended, all your opponent's Digimon can only attack suspended Digimon, kind of giving us a little protection without having blocker. And then Fortitude, if you don't know what Fortitude is it's while we have a stack, let's say this is just a stack, if it would die, it basically gets replayed without sources, if you don't know what Fortitude is. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And then we play 3 Metallic Dramon. This is the links that I was talking about. On play, when attacking, Digivolve 4 on one of your opponent's Digimon. I'm sorry, on play, when attacking, Digivolve 4. When Digivolving, none of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon can Digivolve to the end of the turn. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area by other than your own effects, you may play 1 Digimon card with Rock Dragon or Earth Dragon from your trash without paying the cost. It basically plays the Volcanic Dramon. So yeah, that's part of our Dragon links. If you don't want to run the Mirage Galga, you could make the 4th Metallic the Mirage Galga. I think Mirage Galga is a cheeky little thing that sometimes they're not exactly prepared for. I know a lot of times one of the reasons that Mirage Galga got limited to 1 was because of the Galaxy engine. People were just playing, 4 ofs was crazy. They were doing blue top ends with Hexablau and Invisimon and Mirage Galga. Now that Mirage Galga is at 1, we kind of mess around with some other stuff using the Galaxy engine. Still same concept. We just play big dragons this time now. I love the Dragon links. I love Volcanic Dramon. I love Metallic Dramon. That's kind of why they're in here. And the Garudamon helps us kind of do stuff with them relatively easily. Then our last level 6, we play 4 of the Volcanic Dramon. He's kind of our boss monster. I like him the most because he deletes a Digimon with the lowest DP when played or on attack, and then when Digivolving, your opponent can't play or move Digimon with 6k or less DP till the end of their turn, so they can't move out stuff from their security if it's 6k or less. So basically, if it's 6k or less, they can't bring it out from the raising area, at least for that turn, and they can't play things from hand with 6k or less. So forcing them to either play bigger things to pass the turn or what have you. And then when it would leave, you play Machine or Sky Dragon from your hand without playing the cost. So this plays Metallic when this is deleted or would be removed from the area, bounce or whatever. When this would leave play, other than by my own effects, it plays Metallic from a hand. When Metallic would leave, it plays Volcanic from trash. So you can kind of float them a little bit if you kind of understand what I'm saying. So basically, you have this one in play, this one in hand. When he would die or get bounced, you get to play this. And then when he would die or get bounced, you could play that from the trash. Which is another thing that I love. And you get to use it on plays when they're played, of course. So that's it for our level 6s. Going to our only 2 level 7s. Now this would be a second one of this, but this went up. Again, same thing as Garuda went up. But I also think this is really, really cool. Being that, a lot of times when your opponent tries to remove your stuff, you'll be stuck with, like let's say they tried to delete this, Fortitude brought it back, they tried to delete this, so we get to play this. Well, now we got our red and black level 6s to Digivolve, and do shenanigans. Now a lot of times we won't have the every 4 cards in the stack sometimes, but it is a cool little blitz for game. And then whenever a security stack is removed from, you get to unsuspend it, and stuff like that. So it is very cheeky. This, on the other hand, is really cool to have. Blast. So it's a blast Digivolve. Delete up to 15k total DP worth of your opponent's Digimon, and then when attacking, for every 10 cards in both players' trashes, trash the top security of your opponent. So really, really cool. A lot of ending games with that. Okay, now for our tamers, we play 4 of the red tamer. We don't play the blue tamer. This is the only one we need. It sets us to 3, and on play or main, by suspending it, I can place the top card of one of my Light Fang or Night Claws as the bottom card to Digivolve for free. So here's the play. Here is what I was telling you earlier. So let's say we kind of just have this in the field. So yeah, let's just, okay. So we play this for 4. We get to play the Coinsio. Coinsio is going to tap. We're going to, it has to be on a Galaxy stack, Light Fang or Nightclaw. So on this, by suspending, we put the top card at the bottom, making the Digivolve for free. We don't have to Digivolve on this. We can Digivolve on this with the effect. That's how the play works. So we put the Lekismon at the bottom of Corona from Coinsio. We're going to choose the Digivolve on Garuda for free, and then we get, you know, all the good when Digivolving. You know, if we're going into this, which can Digivolve on our red or black, or if we go on this, or if we go on, you know, the Dinomon, whatever. We're doing it for free. So basically, we're taking for 4. We're doing 4, 8, 5. That's what, 13. We're for just playing this. We're paying 13 to do other stuff. Essentially, if you catch my drift. So we pay the 4. This gets played. Tap this. Bottom of the Galaxy stack. Digivolve. Instead of paying 5, we just do it for free. So basically, for 4, we're going around having to pay 13. Well, we're still paying this, so basically 9. We're cheating 9 energy. Let's put it that way. So play this, tap, bottom, Evo for free. You know, continue, whatever. If it's 3 card, continue. If not, that's a hell of a turn. But that's why this works so well. The Galaxy engine, it helps us kind of get into our big dudes for free. And then it sets us to 3 as well, so that's why we play 3 of that. Then our last card, we play 2 Wisterias. You could also take out the Ragna for a 3rd Wisteria. Again, just more search. Red also meets this card's color requirements. Reveal top 3, add a red or blue among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then place this in the battle area. Gain 2. Typical memory boost fashion. But that is the deck. Any other questions you have, put it in the comment section. But the deck's pretty self-explanatory. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of things going on. A lot of things you have to pay attention to. But once you get the game plan down, it is very easy. It just matters of what you have in your hand and when do you do stuff. Just like any deck of Digimon, you know, or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, whatever. You know, you always gotta adhere to the RNG of the randomization of whatever you get in your hand. But basically, it's the same situation. You want to Digivolve. You want to use your Sunmons, and you want to use your Coronamons and your Lunamons to, even if they choke you, kind of just get to that 3 memory. If you really need to, for example, if this is on the field and they choke you to 1, it goes to your turn, you know, you do your stuff, start of main, you kind of just bounce this to your hand, to gain 3 if you want, and then now you can kind of just, you know, continue plays. Play your Wisteria, look for 3, you know, grab something. So it kind of helps you. Same situation with the Corona, you know. And then another thing I want to point out too is, like, for example, the Corona. Let's say Corona, the Sio, where was I going with this? Okay, yeah. So, okay. So, for example, let's say here, okay. Let's say we did this. This is what I was trying to say. Okay, so we have the code Sio. We have, or let's say we play the Grudamon, we play the code Sio, and then we suspend the code Sio. We can still do this. Put it at the bottom to Digivolve for free. But now that, since this is a level 2, level 2s can't stay in the battle area, it will basically go to the graveyard, the trash. But you'll still be doing the same situation. You'll just be sacrificing your baby, a rookie in the spot to do it. Because, you know, babies can't stay in the battle area. You know, like when they did Digivolve it to a baby and whatever. But anyway, so that's the deck. I really enjoy it. It's probably one of my favorite decks right now. I love the Galaxy engine. I love the Dragon Links, being able to use it. Hopefully going forward, I might edit it and fine-tune it a little bit more, but this has been a pretty decent deck. I haven't won any tournaments with it, but I have done well in tournaments. I've top 4, you know, at least, stuff like that. But it's a real fun deck. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, Limit Break, I am back doing some deck profiles. Probably going to try to get some game footage going too. Now that I have a little bit of time and stuff like that. But yeah, until next time, Limit Break TCG, out.